The bye weeks are over. It's all about football all the time as we're underway here in Week 13. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Mike, 56, right there, 56.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they will pay dividends as the game progresses.
On 2nd down now, it's Bell. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Darnold completes it. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. To throw is Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Yeldon. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. Hey, watch the ball.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. And that's complete to Croft. 14 yards, and the Bills will get a new set of downs.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go.
A shotgun handoff now to Yeldon. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll try to run for it with Yeldon. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. 3rd down turns to 1st with that 5-yard pickup.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Now T.J. Yeldon. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Now that sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up second and 12 at the 43-yard line.
A small bit of adversity here on what's been a strong drive as they come up second and 12. Devin Singletary with his first carry of the game. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you just
nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. This will be taken at the 10. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Jets will take over first and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And they were intercepted the first time they had the football, but now they get it back, and it's still 0-0.
And because of that, you know what the thought process is? Interception. What interception? It didn't really happen because they gave up no points. So go back on the attack. Go back and run the offense you believe will be successful. Find your playmakers and give them the football.
After the loss to start out, here's second and 11. Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Flush to his right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10.
Kill. 80 weapon. Switch. 80. You got tight.
After the penalty, it's Bell. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
That's it, baby.
Shaq Lawson on the tackle. It's a gain of 5.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. We're scoreless after one. The Jets with the football here to start the second quarter as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation.
Mike's 56. I got one. 80. Switch. 80.
On second down, it's Bell. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 12 yards there and a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Enunwa, the intended target. That'll bring up second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Back to the air, Darnold on second down. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's third down. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. A shotgun snap for Darnold. Shakes off the... But he can't get away forever, and down he goes. Ed Oliver
Able to record his 5th sack of the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Brandon, you're never quite sure what the side judge or the field judge is going to rule there. That was awfully close, but in the end, he says it passed over the 1-yard line, and that's where they're going to mark it out. I mean, you can see it right there, right? See him walking up the sideline? Told him to stop right there at the 1.
Watch the boot. Watch the boot.
They'll start out on the ground. It's T.J. Yeldon, and he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 2-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. In his own end zone, it's Allen. And this one caught by Beasley. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Then he finds Beasley, complete. And they do finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 41. A big play there on the catch and run, and even 50 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Tighten down. There you go.
Allen off the play fake. He hits Beasley right side. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 yards and a Buffalo 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Allen going to come to the line here, 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. A 1st down carry now for Yeldon. On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Mike 53. Here we go, D. Hey,
On 2nd and 9, Allen. And the grab by Croft. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
The Bills on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Allen gonna throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a 1st down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
I used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this, when he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. 2nd and goal from inside the 5.
I smell fear in that offense.
They'll give Yeldon another crack. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll try to punch it in with Yeldon. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. T.J. Yeldon. His third touchdown now on the year, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon. Now Matt Bryant on for the point after. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
5 yards on the pickup, so this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Now Darnold into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Shaq Lawson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Throw complete to Herndon. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So it looks like the offense isn't going anywhere. They're going to go for it on 4th and 7.
Check, check. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Two-jet bombers. Two-jet bombers. Ready? Motion, motion, motion. Mike 56. Mike 56. Hey, orbit. 56, the mic, boys. 56. Check, 56.
And here we go on 4th. Darnold, he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. And they finally put it into this return, but not before he's all the way down to the 37.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Watch the run. They're running it.
So after the INT, it's Allen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They run it from the gun with Yeldon. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. That's now his second interception in as many weeks from his linebacker position.
And think about all the different techniques he has to employ in a passing situation. Is he spot dropping because it's zone? Is he picking up man-to-man? Is he having to run with a running back or a tight end? In any event, great eyes, head on a swivel, and excellent hands.
Yeah, versatility and showing those hands.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way, and really we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
Throwing again on second down. Darnold, he's going to air one out for Anderson, and that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for, and it's 3rd and 5. Darnold from the gun. He's going to air one out for Anderson, and that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left. Here's Matt Weil now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Now Brown. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. Fairly short kick taken at the 14 here. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turned that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Let's go, D.
On the run, it's Yeldon. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down.
Let's go, defense.
From the gun, it's Allen. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The field flipper there, a 47-yard punt coupled with a loss on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
So 2nd and inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Back to throw, Darnold. Flushed out right. Open man is Robbie Anderson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A play fake, and it's Darnold. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. The throw once more on 2nd and 10. Darnold, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. It was Teron Johnson that time who had that play covered from the start. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And finding Keelan Cole. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more...
Herndon hauls it in for the Jet touchdown. Chris Herndon, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good, and we are tied at 7. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away.
At their own 25-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. So the shotgun snap to Allen. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. This home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right? The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They feel like it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over.
Here's Allen to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. They'll run with Yeldon. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. 12 yards there and a first down.
T.J. Yeldon's not afraid to drop a shoulder or run through some tackles, is he?
Not at all. I learned it in his high school days in Alabama, then, of course, stayed in state to play at Alabama. He could do that there.
And what I think is best about him, and when he's really on top of his game, when he's a little bit lighter, a little bit quicker, I think he's strong enough. He's compact enough to break those tackles, but I think he's at his best at a shiftier weight.
Mike. 53, Mike. Double dog. That's the way. Watch the edge. Hey, home.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. Roberts has it. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Allen now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Yeldon. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Check 53's Mike. Watch QB drop. Hey, get him. You got him.
Again, it's Yeldon. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Operating from the red zone now. Allen under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sacked there by Avery Williamson, the linebacker.
Brought down back at the 27.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. They'll toss it to Yeldon. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. Here's Allen. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jamal Adams. He's at the 50, the 30, past the 20, 10. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Zuerlein now for the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game.
Next to score, Jets 14, Bills 7.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the pick 6, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. This is Yeldon, and he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
After seeing that, maybe time to go back to some downfield throws here.
Yeah, anything. Change it up, because the teams that win, the best teams, they're the ones that make adjustments. Doesn't mean you can't come back to what you thought you could get done. Sometimes when you open things up a little bit, you can get back to what you wanted to do before.
Now on 2nd and 13. Allen, blitz coming, and down he goes.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and
he's going to go down again. Henry Anderson in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Taking it about the 16. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The pass to Brown as he hauls it in. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. First play of the drive, a success. 19 yards. Allen now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Brian Poole. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. That is now 7 interceptions between last week and this week. 3 in this game, 4 a week ago.
And I saw the head coach write on his play sheet, make a little note. I hope he's writing self-scout. Bring in the guys that scout games for you with a different eye and watch him and see what's going on, and maybe they can pick up what the flaws are, and hopefully they can correct them.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Watch tight. Tight is right. Watch tight. Tight is right. You got 3 down. 3 down. Check. Fresno. Ready. -50.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. Herndon's got it complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Darnold. This one caught by Crowder. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far. The crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. Darnold now to throw. And Anderson's got it. And he'll be taken down well before the 1st at about the 36-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver, where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this score will stay right where it is. Things just got interesting. They try for the long field goal there to salt this one away. They don't get it, and now a little time for the other guys to mount a late drive.
Well, they thought their kicker would put it through the post and finish this one off. I'm sure they discussed pooch punting it and letting their defense take over. Well, the defense now has to make it stand up, but they didn't get the best field position because the ball comes back to the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
He'll look to throw. And this one caught by Beasley. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 25 yards there on the catch and run. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Back to throw. That one complete to Yeldon. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. T.J. Yeldon with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. The extra point, a vital one, and he gets it to go. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Darnold now to throw. That one complete to Anderson. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. Well, that's a good first step, but several steps still to go.
They still have time for the possible game-winning field goal. Time for them to be quick and hurry at the same time.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, they've talked about big plays, sacks. They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the 3rd sack of the game for them.
And around sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit.
Not just the quarterback, the offensive play caller, the offensive line, knocks people off balance and changes what they normally do.
49 the mic, watch 40. 49, 49 the mic, 49.
Darnold. And he's got a Nunwa. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
We're going to set it. Mark 49. Get in the weight room.
Now Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde. And he's able to bring it out 5 yards shy of midfield to the 45-yard line.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. They can still get into field goal range, partner. They got to work quickly, though.
I agree with you totally. find a way to get the ball downfield and out of bounds. In a perfect world, they know what hash they want to get to for their kicker, and they already know the distance that he feels comfortable. That'll dictate what they do on offense.
See if they can get in his range. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Back to throw. Allen. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go. Tyler Kroft, the tight end, the one he was looking for. And it's 3rd and 5. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Now Allen. And that is incomplete, but a penalty flag is down. This could possibly be a push-off. Looked like some hands both ways. They got it on the offense.
And sometimes there's a fine line between being the receiver and the DB, and he knocked that one away. Might have caused an incompletion that could have been an interception.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously, a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. They'll run it again with Yeldon. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
What will they draw up to try to keep this opening drive of overtime moving? 3rd and 7. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And he's able to get it back to right around the 27. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. If you throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
Sean Lee, the Pro Bowler, there for the tackle. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. I know the defensive guy, poking, clawing, breaking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's 3rd down. Now Darnold with his first throw of OT. Into the hands of his receiver, Anderson. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. So on now is Greg Zuerlein in a pressure situation. Now the Bills will take another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. And he got it. The kick is good. We thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance,